Welcome into my gaming world. It's the Trojan Dynasty. You see it on the screen, year 2028, and we're finally ready to get into some gameplay. It's episode 3. We are the defending BCS national champions, and we hold a number 12 ranking this season. We're going to take a look at some of the players on this Trojan team. Could this team repeat? Well, looking right now at the roster, we're going to have quarterback Van Green. He's a 90 overall. He's a senior. He actually started for us 2 seasons ago, led us to a Ticket City Bowl. 3 running backs that are 94s and 93s overall. So we're definitely going to have a heavy running game. We have 1 solid receiver, but the rest of our receivers are freshmen. You can see we have 4 freshman wide receivers. So we're not going to have quite the passing attack that we had last season. We even have a freshman tight end. Last season we threw the football for 6,000 yards. I don't think we're going to do that this season. We're going to focus a lot on the run with those running backs ranked at 90. There's our right ends led by Ronnie. Justin Kendrick, our defensive tackle, All-American. He's a sophomore, so I expect good things out of him in the future. Andre Moore, an outside linebacker. Kyle Everett, a returning linebacker. He's a junior, played for us a lot last season and was very good. Jay London, a lot of pressure for him, the freshman. There we see a couple of our cornerbacks. Eddie Woods, another All-American. Some free safeties up in the 80s. So I'm feeling good about the defense. I got a couple of 90s and a couple of 80s on our defense. It's the offense that concerns me, mostly our receiving core. We'll take a look at the preseason polls before we get into things to show you where everyone is. Alabama number 1, TCU, who we beat in the national championship game, at number 2. Air Force coming in strong at number 7. Penn State, there's Troy. There we are at number 12. So even though we're the defending champs, it's going to be an uphill climb for us, just like it was last season, to get back to the national championship game. It took quite a few years before we even got there, but we finally broke through and we finally won one. And I hope for the sake of this series it doesn't take another 15 seasons before we win another national championship. The Heisman Watch, one of our wide receivers, Chad Gordon, is on the list. So we'll see. He's our 93 wide receiver. We'll see if Troy can bring home a 3rd Heisman Trophy. It's the home of 2 Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks. See if Van Green can make him look good. Looking at the toughest places to play, Troy's Veteran Memorial Stadium with a 122-28 home record ranks as the 12th toughest place to play in all of college football. Here we can go and look at the schedule. We scheduled Hawaii for a home-and-home. We'll go to Hawaii to begin the season, and then Hawaii will come to Troy in 2030. We signed a one-and-done deal with USF and a one-and-done deal with Mississippi State. We had a deal signed with Florida last season. They're going to come. We went to Florida last year and beat them. Florida's going to come to Troy next season, and then we'll go back to Troy in 2030. And then we'll also have our Conference USA games that will begin next season and the season after. So our schedule for next year is pretty much set with a Conference with Florida, Middle Tennessee, and a Conference USA school. And then next year it'll be Hawaii, Florida, and a Conference USA school. We played Middle Tennessee as well 2 years ago. That was a home-and-home that we scheduled them. And I try to do that a lot with this series. Do like they do in real life, schedule home-and-homes and things of that nature. So we're going to look at some of the top stories, the games to look forward to, and then we're going to show you those scores at the end of our game against Hawaii. TCU versus Arkansas, Big 12 SEC matchup. Check this one out, the Big 12 versus Wisconsin. Well, first we'll look at this really quick. Texas and Tennessee, our first ever new Big 12 game. Texas gets a 32-21 victory over Tennessee, the first game of the new Big 12. Wisconsin and Western Kentucky. Wisconsin finished the season 12-1 last year and won the Rose Bowl. Can Western Kentucky, their first year in the Big 12, get the upset? So big wins for teams within our conference, but for us, it's a trip to Hawaii. I scheduled this home-and-home with Hawaii. I thought it would be fun for our team, fresh off a national championship victory, reward them with a trip to Hawaii. They had a bye week beforehand to fly up there. and then they'll have a bye week after this game for the trip back, so it won't be too much for this Troy team to handle. But I thought, hey, it'd be fun, go out to Hawaii, and then Hawaii will return the favor, come to Troy in 2030. Well, we don't get the game off to a good start. Unblocked, and Van Green gets lit up. So it's Hawaii football. They have a 3rd down and 12 thrown into double coverage. Probably should have been intercepted, but it's going to go away. So it goes back to Troy football. We also have a 3rd down. Inside handoff to Owens. He gets enough for the 1st down. Got to use that running game to the best of our ability. Even some of our cheerleaders made the long trip to Hawaii from Troy, Alabama, cross-country trip. Van Green to throw it, steps up. Terrible throw for Green. He's not played football in over a year. Like I said, led us to a Ticket City Bowl, but he's feeling the effects of sitting out last season for Alonzo Roberts. Intercepted, goes back to Hawaii. They hand the football off, and they will move the chain. So 1st down for the Warriors. They are within field goal range, you would have to think. Can we push him out? Oh, not quite. If he had hung on to the football, we could have maybe knocked him out of field goal range. It'll be 4th and 10. They'll go for the long field goal, and they make it. So Hawaii will strike first on the 12th-ranked Trojans. 7-play drive, and Thomas will knock in the 48-yard field goal. 1:30 to go in the 1st quarter. The handoff to Owens, breaking tackles. Oh, what a block! Owens has no one in front of him. He's going to go all the way. What a run from Owens, using that running game to the best of our ability. Owens breaking tackles right there. Picked up a huge block there, and the rest was pure speed as he went to the end zone. And the Trojans will only trail for a short while. There's Coach Burke telling the players, good job on those blocks. Heck of a play. 1st quarter comes to a close, and Troy takes the lead over Hawaii 7-3. We now move into the 2nd quarter. Owens on the run again, juking and jiving. Down to the 1 inch before the 1st down. We decide to let Green scramble it, fake him out, and we get the 1st down. 2nd down and 12. Green, another throw, knocked away. The arm strength not quite good enough. Gets rid of that one. Again, the offensive line not doing a good job protecting our quarterback, so that drive will fizzle out. But speaking of offensive lines not protecting quarterbacks, Hawaii's quarterback, Poe, will get drilled back to Troy. It's our football. It's Gordon. Gordon stays on his feet, rolling to the outside, has an opening, and can't break free. But what a punt return for Gordon to get the ball inside the 25. We've got to take advantage and score off of this great punt return. Green, though, again is pressured, stepped back. Should have gotten rid of the football, and I think he did try to throw it away right there, but nothing happened. So 3rd down and 28, terrible throw, and we will come away with no points off of that great punt return. Very slow start for the defending national champion Trojans in Hawaii. Maybe this trip out west was not such a good idea. A little jet lag, and especially on that play, they look jet lagged. Hawaii will go all the way for a touchdown and reclaim the lead. You'll see the replay. We sold out to get the interception, missed it, and that was it. So Hawaii takes the lead into the half over our top-ranked Trojans, 10-7. It's Warrior football to begin the 3rd quarter. That'll be enough for a 1st down. Now under pressure, and the quarterback will get sacked for Hawaii. That's Poe. So the drive started out good, and then this Troy defense will hold tough, and they need to make up for what happened at the end of the 2nd half there. And once again, there's Coach Burke telling the players, good job, you're keeping us in this thing. Van Green drops back, single coverage down the field. Oh, and our receiver drops the football, and you can see Green is pretty irritated. So we got to punt it away. That should have been caught, no doubt about it. We will punt the ball to Hawaii. The ball will roll, and it will stop at the 3-yard line. What a punt. And it will eventually get downed by one of our Trojans. So Hawaii football, 2nd down and 9. Quarterback rolls out. Oh, that's going to be a safety, right? No, the referees don't give it to us. Look at the replay. Oh, I think that was a safety. Coach Burke's not happy. Hawaii's not happy. So it'll be 3rd down and 13. This time it definitely is a safety. Troy left no doubt about it. Terrible play call. I don't know why you run a running back sweep like that, or an outside handoff that deep in your end zone. So Troy gets 2 points. They get the ball on the punt. Van Green on 3rd and 9 once again off target. He is 3 for 14 for 13 yards and an interception today. I was seriously thinking about benching him at this point. He had just had a terrible day. Definitely not the kind of quarterback we had last season when he threw for 6,000 yards. No, this is not a replay of what happened a few moments ago. We down it again. We're going to go for the safety. Oh, there's no one there. The option pitch. All the way. 2 guys to beat. He beats one of them. He beats the other. That's going to go for 98 yards. We sold out on the blitz to try to get the quarterback sack, and they make up for the awful play call with an option pitch that goes 98 yards for a touchdown. Wow, Hawaii 17-9. Josh Owens over 100 yards rushing. Troy's got to do something here. We're going to lose our first game in almost a year and a half, but that's one way to do it. Brown's going to go to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. All the touchdowns have been on long plays. I think Hawaii was expecting a run. They left Brown wide open. Green put it right in his paws, and he got the touchdown. So it's a 2-point football game. We got to go for the 2-point conversion. The handoff to Owens, and he can't get the ball across the line. It's a 17-15 Hawaii lead over Troy. Inside handoff to Owens. Stays on his feet. He has an opening. Owens to the left side of the field. Can he go? He will just make it as he dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. What a play by Owens. That should have been a loss of yards. Owens bounces off and goes to the end zone. Does he stay in bounds? Just barely hits the corner. Yes, that's a good touchdown. What a play to give Troy the lead. We got to go for 2 once again. Green, end zone, incomplete. 21-17, 5 minutes to go in the football game. Hawaii looking down the field, single coverage, and it goes incomplete. Good job by our corners. Trojan football, we give it to Owens once again. He takes it down the field. So right now we're just trying to run out the clock. We got the football back with about 4 minutes to go, and we're just trying to run the clock down and get out of Hawaii with a win. We're going to get a big gift on that run. It's going to be a face mask against the Warriors, which will put us on the 27-yard line and really put us in business. Hawaii's got to start using those timeouts. They've used 2 of them, as you can see. We'll pitch the ball to Owens. Just short of the first down. 3rd and 1. If we can get this, it's going to be game over. And it is. We successfully take the clock from 4 minutes down to nothing on a drive with nothing but runs, and we sneak out of Aloha Stadium with a win. We hadn't lost a game in almost a year and a half, so this would have been a new feeling for the Trojans, but they sneak away, get the victory. Josh Owens, your player of the game, 206 yards rushing on 23 carries. So now there's a comparative stats between the 2 teams, between Troy and Hawaii. Total offense pretty even. Passing or rushing yards, we got them by over 100 yards. Passing, they got us by 140 yards. You can look at the comparison. Both teams didn't do too well on our 3rd down conversions. Time of possession, they had the 1 penalty. We got them for 665 total yards, but just barely got the win. So there's Van Green's numbers. 4 of 15 for 86 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Just terrible. I think we'll give him one more chance. We play South Florida next week after the bye week. And if he doesn't perform well, I think I got to start looking to our backup, who I believe is like an 83. because Van Green did not have an impressive day. Maybe Hawaii's just, they weren't who we thought they were. They might be better than we thought. Look at these receiving stats. 1 catch for -2 yards, 1 catch for 2 yards. There's Jamie Poe on Hawaii. He was 8 of 16 for 140 yards and a touchdown. So his day was just slightly better. He completed more than what Van Green did. There's their rushing attack. Little rushed the ball 2 times for 102 yards. He mainly got credit because of that 98-yard option play. Other than that, their rushing attack was pretty non-existent. Sean Schultz, 3 catches for 100 yards. So yes, it was a close call, but we sneak out of Hawaii with the victory. So right now we're going to take a look at some of those games we previewed before going into this one. Some of the fun of college football is seeing what the other top teams do as you try to go up the rankings. So we're going to do that here. Your national game of the week, and the Big 12 defeats the SEC. TCU goes on the road, beats Arkansas 27-17. We'll see what the number 1 ranked Alabama did. They're undefeated. They did pretty poorly against Central Michigan. I think they won by 1 point, but it's no trouble as they take down an FCS school 44-0. Georgia and SMU. How about SMU's first SEC game? Yeah, Georgia kind of dominates them. So SMU, they got a long way to go before they're going to be a contender in their new conference. That was their conference opener. I wanted to see how they did. Western Kentucky and Wisconsin. And Western Kentucky defeats Wisconsin handily, putting up 28 points in the fourth quarter, 48-24. The Hilltoppers take down the Badgers. How about the new Big 12 coming up with big wins, TCU and WKU? And we'll take a look at this Big 12 conference matchup. Miami defeats Oklahoma State. So now we have a bye week, and while we sim forward, we had another upset. Michigan State loses to Western Michigan, who I talked about potentially moving them up to a stronger conference. They've been dominant for quite some time. Michigan State goes down to the Broncos, and this makes me smile. The Zips, 51-7. That's what you guys get for firing me. That's going to be it for this edition of the Troy Dynasty series. We pick up the win by the skin of our teeth against Hawaii. We have a bye week next week, and then we come home for a home opener against the South Florida Bulls.